Woodinville, even the Gun Hill, from Freeman Street to Prospect Avenue, Fordham Road, Car City to Elder Avenue, Valley Park, Eaton Wall to Bronx River, Bronx Deal, Soundview, who pulled the trigger? Hezbollah, baby, I'm boogie down like this Choke King, man, we go within the playground. This is how it goes.
Hey everybody in
Uptown,
podcast land,
uptown.
hello. And of course everybody here at The Artist on City Island. This is where we do the Bronx Music Podcast, which I am thrilled to host every month. We do it the first Sunday of every month at 1 p.m. And this is, as today's guest said, this is a very comfortable place to have a conversation and play music. So check out The Artist. What is it? StarvingArtistOnline.com. That's what it is. Check that out. Anyway, so we're here to do the Bronx Music Podcast. This is episode 9. I'm Gary Axelbank. I will introduce our guest in a moment. I'm going to describe something that defines the Bronx and Bronx music to me. And I believe in a very unusual way, my guest today defines that. And that is that the people of the Bronx invent stuff because of their lives around them, because of the very unique culture we have here, people coming from other places. Our neighborhoods can be tough, but they are beautiful because the people are beautiful. And as a result of that, music has flowered here, has grown here, because people step out and they say, well, who am I individually? And I fight for my individuality. And because of that, we invent stuff. Needless to say, I mean, we have, think of this, we have two distinct kinds of doo-wop. One created on Arthur Avenue by Dion and the Belmonts and all of them, and then the doo-wop in Morrisania that was in essence rhythm and blues doo-wop, and people like the Cruz and all those groups that invented stuff because of the Bronx culture, and there's no way to describe it. And I see that my guest is shaking his head because he embodies, right, Richard? You embody that, right?
I hope so.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Pigkaso is with us. A little applause. And I heard this, and this was presented to me by my friends at the Fox and King, and they said, "Hey, Gary, why don't you have Richard on there? He's a professional yo-yo rapper." And I was like, huh? So Richard Pigkaso, yo-yo rapper, nice to have you with us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
In your hand is a yo-yo.
Yes.
We were standing outside waiting to come into The Artist, and you couldn't stand there without the yo-yo in your hand.
No.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, and that's why you have, it's almost like, I don't know, a security blanket. When did you start? How did you start? And we're going to get to the rap part in a minute, or a few minutes, but explain the yo-yo thing. How did that happen?
It started around 2004 in high school. Around that time,
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to first Lehman High School, and then I transferred over to Bronx Academy in my junior year.
Okay.
But
I just wanted to define that because Bronx high schools define who we are, I think. I'm a Dewey Clinton boy, so there we go. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But in Lehman High School, that's where it originally started. Around that period of time, there was, I was mostly getting bullied a lot. And
You were bullied?
Very, very much bullied. Despite, being tall and thinking I looked intimidating, it didn't really work out for me, to really stand up for myself.
I gotta laugh. I'm sorry. So the guy was bullied. So he went to the yo-yo to resurrect himself in his peers' eyes. That's great.
Yeah, it became my creative outlet because I would just be alone in my room playing video games. Didn't go outside. Didn't really have that many friends, and I would always go to the Toys R Us that used to be on Bruckner Plaza right there, and I would be fascinated with games, but then I walked by this aisle that had yo-yos there, old school Dunkin' yo-yos, and I purchased one, and just to whatever, and then I brought it home, started playing with it. I didn't like it, after like a week of already getting like bullied, chased in gym class.
Wow, I'm
beat
so
up in the
sorry
lockers.
that happened. I was making jokes before, but it's terrible. Nobody should have that happen.
No, it's like it happened for a reason. Because of those moments like that happened in my life, it helped me, got me through a lot of dark times with through yo-yoing, and I was able to pick it back up like a week after like a week of getting bullied, and I realized it became like something calming for me, like something that was like I could forget whatever's going on in my life at this point. This is what I want to just do right now. Just throw the yo-yo up and down all day, and it kind of.
Did you start doing tricks and things right away, or was just kind of this? This is one of the challenges of doing a yo-yo thing on an audio program, but people can see it on YouTube. So I just had the Duncan thing, and I would maybe get it to sleep every now and then.
Yes,
and that was that. So was that what you did?
Yeah, just straight up and down for like months, and then the internet started expanding. This is like pre-YouTube. There was like websites for like yo-yoing where you can learn, basic walk the dog, rock the baby, brain twister and stuff like that. And I started learning, how to sleep the yo-yo, how to put the yo-yo on the floor to spinning. And
now, did you see anybody on TV? I'm much older than you, and I remember Sonny Fox and Wonderama, and they always had people who could do the yo-yo, and they would do tricks. So, or even on Ed Sullivan, maybe you'd see. You saw those kinds of things?
I saw some of those kind of things. Mainly it was like, if it was old school, it'd be like the Smothers Brothers. Those were like the main people that
they had those kinds of yo-yo things.
Yes, and
wow.
And for like they have more 90s, 2000s like videotapes with yo-yoing. Like for Omega, they had their own brands, and Duncan's, they had like these players that would just travel the country and yo-yo, and they had their own DVDs, and I was able to
just
watch.
started doing it. I'm almost in tears, and I mean this sincerely. This is so Bronx. This is so Bronx. So here's a young man, had a difficult time in school, and maybe some other places. We can talk about that in a little bit. But you had a difficult time in school, and so you created something unique based on your talent, based on your abilities, based on your desire, based on your creativity. You created something that now has turned into something else, right? This is who we are.
Yeah, pretty much.
My man, come on. That's it. That's who we are in the borough of the Bronx.
Yes, we are.
And like sitting here, you're holding it. Could you even, we're going to stand up and have him do something, but could you just do something real quick? Just do something. See,
like
okay, so he's going to throw it, yeah. And so people on YouTube, look at that. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen.
And this is a Dunking yo-yo, by the way. This is the newer model Dunking yo-yos that are out today.
And as I said, I know that people on Apple Podcasts and Spotify are not going to be able to see that. But if you go to our YouTube channel, you can see it very well. So the other thing I have to mention out loud is Richard Pigkaso. His name is not spelled like the artist. It is Pigkaso, Richard Pigkaso, I guess technically, although we call him Pigkaso. That's not your given name, no.
No, it's not my given name.
Where did we get Richard Pigkaso?
It's actually a funny story.
That's why I asked.
I mean, I already know. I don't want to mention the name, but matter of fact, it was my father.
Your father.
Yes, and
keep going. I know the answer to this. Keep going. Don't be shy. It's the Bronx.
So back in the days, when the internet was being the internet,
I really can't even listen to this.
My dad would be on very salacious websites at the time, and he had a passcode under his desk that was Pigkaso 1. And I remember being on the computer and looking at this passcode.
Wait, so you were going to those same websites, let's be clear.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
because Dad was doing those things, you saw his password was Pigkaso.
Yes. And I just took the code and he left like a window open and I pressed it open and I put the passcode in and it took me on an adventure, let's just say that.
and it worked. And you then decided to make that your name. And it's pretty unique and it's pretty interesting and it's a lot of fun.
He's going to watch this and go, why did you tell him that?
He must know that you took that name.
Oh, yeah, he knows, but not on a podcast format.
Now, so let's talk about music. Are we ready to do that and talk about what music you grew up listening to? Let's start there.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
What music did you grow up listening to?
I
don't have any other way to ask it.
Well, I mainly grew up like on hip hop music, but I try to expand my mind by diving beyond like hip hop. So I grew up listening to a lot of opera. I grew up in a lot of bluegrass music, country, and also mainly a lot of old school like pop, like 80s pop music. But the main theme is hip hop.
By the way, I'm sorry, but I love when you call it old school, and for me, it's like
I'm not trying to
I
offend.
was doing that
I'm
in
not
my
trying to
40s, or my 50s, but that's okay. Go ahead. It's old school.
But
I'm good.
But predominantly, it was like hip hop music. I grew up like on a lot of like Wu-Tang Clan. I grew up on Method, like Busta Rhymes, Eminem, like all those type of like hardcore like lyricism. That was like my main thing that I gravitated towards. And
Were you aware that the music was actually founded on Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx?
Yes, I am.
You were, and that was part of it because it was out here, and
Yes.
kids in school, people were living it, and it was all of a sudden, of course, it ultimately took over the world. That's another story.
Yes.
But that was part of it. This is who we are. This was the emergence of youth culture in the Bronx, because just like you playing the yo-yo, DJ Kool Herc, who once explained it to me on TV, is how he was kind of DJing, and then he realized he could go back and forth, boom, 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 and he created it, and for the same reasons. I don't know if he was bullied, but it was people of the Bronx create stuff because we're real human beings with real soul. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, we want to have fun. Let's make our own fun. But our fun, it's very inspirational.
And so did you play music or anything of that nature?
I never played any type of music. The only thing, it'd be like in high school or college where they give you an instrument to learn. The recorder would be like the first instrument I've ever held. And then the violin. I never really got into it.
You went to college?
Yes, I did.
What college?
I went to first Hostos Community College for my associate's degree.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Bronx boy. Go ahead, keep going.
And then I went to Lehman College for my bachelor's degree in economics.
And you have a bachelor's in economics.
Yes.
Do you do anything to pursue that at this point in your life? Or is it kind of there when you need it?
Yeah, I mainly got it because my GPA was like, teetering on a 1.9, 2.0. It was originally human resource management, and I just switched to economics because you needed a 2.0, but with human resources, you need to maintain a 3.0.
All right. So you did it, but that wasn't really the driving thing, but you did it, and that's nice.
Yes, so
and that is the beauty of listen. Let's advertise for the people we believe in. That's the beauty of a CUNY education, because you got a college education,
Yes.
you got a college degree.
Yes.
It was not as expensive as going to any number of other things. Sorry, if you bring up Lehman College and CUNY, I'm going to advertise for it. But that's the thing, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like my teachers are great. I did learn things with economics still, even though I kind of had to change my GPA a bit, but I still learn things like no matter what.
In my work, I try to continually define the Bronx and Bronx culture. This is the embodiment of it. Somebody who had some difficulties growing up, created something for himself, got an actual education, which I'm sure helps in the development of the music and all that. And there is going to be an album coming out soon.
Yes.
I mean, we're already starting to promote that. So then when did you start like yo-yoing. Well, let's go one step further with yo-yoing. You ultimately were with yo-yo clubs, and were there other people involved in this, or were you just the only guy in the neighborhood who was crazy enough and talented enough to do this?
Well, for a very good portion of time, there was really no set yo-yo clubs in New York up until like I would say 2007. Which
Really?
Yes, but there was like this guy who he owned a company called YoYoNation.com, and he kind of premiered yo-yoing in New York. He went to like Rutgers University, and he was like a very big finance major, and he kind of brung it to New York back in like 2005 here in New York, but the actual club itself was like 2007.
Wow. I had no idea. And so this brought you together with other people who have the same passion you do.
Yes.
And I love the fact that he's sitting there and he's got that yo-yo stuck in his hand while we're talking. That is just absolutely fascinating to me. And what is really fascinating, and we are going to get to it, is why is this appropriate in a music podcast? Mm-hmm. We're going to get there.
Yes.
So you joined the clubs. Did you find that you were as good as, better as? Like, what was the value of the club? Because then you found other people who do it, right?
Oh yeah,
you know?
like I was good, but then like there'll be like probably 2 or 3 other people that been doing it, that been pretty much way better than me. And
that can't be.
Yes,
Shut up.
No, but it's like you want to learn from people that are are better than you, so you can try to be as good as them and go beyond them.
And how many people were in the club, and were there any others from the Bronx? I'm prejudiced.
Yes, there was about like I'd say 3 other members from the Bronx. Now, it's been like 17 years now, so there's been a lot more people from the Bronx.
I understand. That's amazing that the culture grew up out of that.
Yes,
it's amazing. Now let's get to music. So, at what point did you connect the fact that you listen to music, you like this music, and then you said, "Hey, this is happening"?
Like I would say around the time I was wrapping up college, like a lot of my friends.
What year in relation to what we've been talking about?
I would say 2014.
Ah, much later.
Yes,
okay.
much later.
Much later.
About 10 years after yo-yoing. And and a lot of my friends were into like music production. They were like becoming like songwriters for like a lot of different labels at the time. They were getting like internships, and they would invite me like to their home studios and then some of their like the major studios.
And you were just an observer.
Yeah, I was just an observer.
But you were observing with that thing in your hand.
Yes.
With that yo-yo in your hand.
Yes, and same thing gets back then. Like, hey, oh my God, that's really cool. Hey, you want to do a trick for this producer or this song?
And so let me just guess this. So you're in a studio watching friends or others create music, knowing what I know about you now. You had the yo-yo in your hand.
Yes, always.
And so you weren't just holding it like you are now, but like while they were playing, you were doing your thing.
Yes.
And I'm going to make this assertion, and you tell me if I'm wrong. And then you realize the rhythm in the music and the rhythm in your hand, there was something happening. And you started to think, gee, I can do this with that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like he already figured it out. I don't even gotta explain it. You already said it.
But that's what it, because you see this again of defining Bronx people and the Bronx. This is what the rhythm is everywhere, right?
True.
I'm going to tell an anecdote. I had the great salsa band leader Bobby Sanabria on my show at BronxNet once. And I asked him, do you wake up in the morning creating music, whatever? He said, I see rhythm in everything. I said, well, for example, here on the TV show, you're just chatting with me. He goes, oh, no, I got a rhythm going on with this. And that's how you see it.
Wow. Yep.
Yep.
I love it.
So I guess we're now ready to have you perform and act. Are you ready? Or is there something else compelling that you want to tell us?
I'm just happy to be here and to perform on this beautiful stage.
Okay, so let's have you. We're going to do a little microphone thing and get you all set because you got to stand up. You're going to perform now. People on the traditional audio podcast, you should, if you want to see it, you'll have to go to YouTube to do that. So we're going to do that, and Okay, let's just do it, and then I'll ask you questions about it. I got a lot of questions. Okay, so let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here's Richard Pigkaso, and here we go.
All right.
This is called Famous.
Yep. This is going to be great.
Where's the yo-yo? No yo? Of course.
Okay.
That's the whole idea.
Came down from the heavens. Right now it's 11. That means it's time for you to see the shine. So bow down to the legend. My time is here. And I'm feeling incredible. Everything you do will say will take you higher. So bite another edible. Yes, I pass bluffing. I'ma give you weapons and mass destruction. Double fly overseas if you notice me pulling levers with a time of bomb style blast the Russians. Yes, I lost my mind. Told you many times don't cross the line, but you kept up provoking, broke the bear. At the moment, it won't be fair if I just suddenly murder everybody now that's around me. Touching, we need you like a pound of ground beef. Roll through your neighborhood to raise hell. I'm cocking the weapons, I'ma spray shells. You know that.
I don't even know what to say, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And can see now where I'm going, and I'm flowing, never knowing if I'll ever change.
Do you want to be famous? Yeah. Do you want to be a star? Yeah. What's $1 million car? Yeah. 5 drinks at the bar? Yeah. Do you want to be famous? Yeah. Do you want to be a star? Yeah. What's $1 million car? Yeah. 5 drinks at the bar? Yeah.
You think that you better than me, but you're not, cause you suck, it's okay though. I'll kill you with 2 bars, you fall to the ground and you turn into Play-Doh. I told you before and I'll tell you again, do not mess with Pigkaso.
Don't mess with me.
Always be a better person till you die.
That is the motto.
This is fun for me. Everybody knows you begun to see that I've been there and done that. That's why you run back. So please be careful while you step on a thumbtack. It's my time to shine, but I just want to wine and dine with a Betty in the dress with a fine behind that loves me.
Doesn't mind the crime.
I designed the lines that'll bind your mind like a digging a ass that'll twine your spine. But I can find with a diamond nine, several mind the shrine that the signs divine.
I don't even know what to say, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And can see now where I'm going, and I'm flowing, never knowing if I'll ever change.
Do you want to be famous? Yeah. Do you want to be a star? Yeah. What's $1 million car? Yeah. 5 drinks at the bar? Yeah. Do you want to be famous?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a star?
Yeah.
What's $1 million car?
Yeah.
5 drinks at the bar?
And that's my song.
There we go. All right, let's get some applause there so it can. Woo! All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Richard Pigkaso. It's easy to see how all the things you told us about came through in both the music and the performance. I mean, this defines why hip hop was created, right?
Yep,
Because
exactly.
people needed to express. People wanted to have passion. Bronx people have passion, and this defines who we are. Congratulations! It's just
I appreciate
fantastic.
that. Thank you so much.
Are you aware of anybody else who raps like that, or who has incorporated this kind of music into what they do?
Not honestly, not necessarily when it comes to like.
So you
yo-yoing
didn't
and
follow
music.
anybody doing that.
Not necessarily. No, actually, no. To be honest.
So it was what I said, that,
Yes.
that all of a sudden you realize there's rhythm here and there's the need to express and all that. Let's talk about the creation of the music track. So you worked with people in the studio. You want to credit? We can do anything you want.
Yes. For the track, shout out to Ty Flows. He made the beat, and he's a feature also on the track. But that's for when the album actually comes out. But his name is Ty Flows. He's a gentleman out of Staten Island, and he's been in hip hop way longer than me.
And so he created the track.
Yes.
And did you kind of write the lyric with him, the rap with him, or did he say, okay, now here's space, you do your thing?
Yeah, he pretty much made the beat and gave me the beat, and I just recorded over it and then send it back to him, and he loved it.
How prolific are you? Do you sing? Do you do this every day? Like you wake up and you come up with something, and of course you have the yo-yo in your hand and you're creating stuff.
Oh, all the time.
All the time,
Yes.
every day.
Even like right now in my head, I'm thinking of like what I'm gonna do with my next song, how I'm gonna work on my sets, and everything in between.
I reacted like that because that's what I said Bobby Sanabria told me, is that he just looks at the world and that's how he sees it and hears it. And this music, this form of music was so personal to you and hit you right where you live in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And so that's why you do this. You couldn't see yourself doing it to heavy metal or rock and roll or something like that. It's got to be this.
It has to be this.
Talk about the album that's coming out.
The album is called Lucis Naturae 3, You're Beautiful, Gorgeous. This is the third installment of my Lucis Naturae series.
Wait, what is that? Lucis
Naturae.
Lucis Naturae.
It means freak of nature in Latin.
Okay.
So pretty much the whole interpretation of the album is I pretty much always saw myself as some type of like weirdo or some type of freak in the world.
I'm only laughing. You are the only guy who does this. Now, I don't want, weirdo has bad connotations,
exactly.
So I don't want to give it a bad connotation.
No.
But you're the only one who does this, and you've established that you're the only one who does.
So it's like everywhere I go, it's like people would look at me yo-yo anywhere. I'll yo-yo like in a club. I'll yo-yo walk like in a bodega, and people would just give me like this look. And even though it'd be like amazement, like it's not like a bad, like, oh, this is really cool. To me, it always just felt like, damn, I'm really an oddity out here. I'm pretty much a walking circus performer for anybody everywhere that I go. That I yo-yo, even juggle somewhere. And it's,
you told me that you juggled and you also did pyro.
Yes.
Explain to me.
I don't.
Because there is a story in that. He had told me his story. So go ahead. Let's hear the story. Look, you may as well get it out.
All right. So in my very short career testing pyro, I tried to juggle like these balls. They were on fire, and I had like a long sleeve shirt, like a long sleeve shirt on, and it was fireproof. So you can't wear like cotton and polyester. It has to be a specific type of cotton polyester to wear. And
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
So one of the balls I accidentally mixed, and it hit the side of my shirt, like right here. But then I saw like the flame starting to go up my shirt, so it stuck, and then it just kept going up, and I had to like immediately take the shirt off and like
so everybody
step
got
on
a little
it to
show
get rid of
also.
it.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I'm never gonna do this again.
No more pyro. Ladies and gentlemen, the yo-yo is a lot safer. Did you ever get hit in the head with the yo-yo? Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
I actually almost gave myself a concussion a few times. I gave myself like I hit myself really hard.
I wonder if there were lawsuits against Duncan.
Oh no! I think that's why they put on the packages like we are not responsible for any damage you cause.
Right. How many tracks on the new album?
There are a total 18 tracks.
18 tracks on the new album. And there is and when is it coming out?
It's coming out November 15th.
Available digitally, available on CD and all that kind of stuff.
It's going to be first, digitally, and then a week later we're going to do CDs.
Available where all music is sold.
Yes.
So now there's a music video. We're going to play it, and then of course we'll edit it on for people at YouTube. In the house here, if you want to yo-yo while it's going on.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, of course. Stupid question, right? All right. Are we Elliot? Are we ready?
You can do they're both the same. So
they're both the same, so just roll it. All right, so this is called Ready, Set, Go.
Yep.
Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, gonna win this race. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Yes. Ready, set, go. Go. Ready, set, go. Go. Ready, set, go. Yeah. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Feels good. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Fuck everybody.
I just wanna live my dreams. Yeah. Gotta let you know it's gonna take a while. In the meantime, let's chill and smoke. Maybe crash some Joe style, make you smile. Only way is up, try to make it big.
Yeah.
Always been a realist, never fake the shit.
Nope.
Gonna buy a mansion with some badass bitches. I chill by the pool, they gon' take a dip. Came from the bottom of the sitting in the gutter. I want my own place where I live with my mother. She wants me to settle, had kids already. Tell her that I won't last, wanna call petty. Low down, dirty rat, son of a bitch. Cause I'm out another one on the list. World champion of the pussy, do you know that?
Nah, Billy ain't know that.
So you better sit still. When you hear my name, know I'm a big deal. Ready for this fight, it's about to get real. Working out a little, all you fit meals. I found peace for myself in the Lord. I was sick, kept moving, but my health was ignored. Everything I wrote down, I thought I record. So later on, I can get the wealth of the war. Stuck in the run, I'm standing. Yep. This type of life is demanding. Yep. Flying all over from city to countries I didn't care, there was no planning. Nope. Had to move back, see the bigger picture, and I put it all together with a quick mixture. I mapped it out like I built the city. We did this, y'all, cause the real is with me. Had to better go like an outer space. Yo, dog, turn this up, need a lot of bass. Playing through the galaxy, that's my reality. Throw it in a black hole without a trace. You see the way that I'm rolling? Yep. Because I love, I keep going. Yep. They build you up just to strike you down. You think these niggas is falling? Started falling, some rock and roll, then the other crows think everything I'm doing silly like a carnival. It'll call it self-deprecation. When you think about it, it's devastating. Like we've been talking in the DMs on the regular, and I'm just now making reservations. Oh snap, about to go back on the flow deck, but I gotta chill, need medication. Yeah, but you don't understand. Working really hard on another plan that will get me far. Try to be a star, do it all myself. I begun to brand. I do this for you and I do this for me. I'm better now than what I used to be. I'm the one you already know. We're gonna start. Ready, set, go!
Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go! Bitch.
That is so crazy. Now, is it choreographed? Like, do you know where you're going, or it is really, you know, we talk about in the Bronx freeform. Is it really freeform?
Yeah, it's really freeform.
Freeform. And do you ever find yourself doing tricks that you had never rehearsed before, and like the whole leg thing you just created?
I just go off what I'm gonna do next. Like, hey, I'm gonna try this over my arm, under my leg, over my neck, like everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on. I mean, I don't know, it really took my breath away, mostly because we've never seen anything like it. And again, you know, just getting back to what we said right at the beginning, defining the Bronx and defining the creativity of the Bronx is people reacting to where they live, circumstances they've had, and then they come up with something, well, I don't know, I guess I got to create this, and that's what you've done.
Exactly.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you about that you want to just mention that's you're like, this is my chance, because I do this all the time and I never get a chance to say it. Is there anything out there that, or we're good? Want to promote something?
Yes, I have a very big show, November 23rd.
Okay, where is that?
At the Bronx Brewery. It's a headlining show.
That's the Bronx Brewery down. I say downtown, but all the way down
right
south.
downtown in the Bronx. Yeah.
And what day of the week? That's November 23rd.
Yeah, that's a Saturday.
A Saturday in the evening, daytime.
It's going on, I think, from like 2 to like almost 11.
Till your arms fall off?
Yes, to your arms and legs, and you're drunk by the beer.
and so that's 2 to 11 at the Bronx Brewery.
Yes.
Right. And you love these things because you go out, you meet people, and people, it's your identity. People love what you do. They're like I am, and all the people in the house here are blown away. It's kind of incredible. What else do you want to say? Go ahead.
And ironically, it's my first headlining show ever in the 10 years I've been doing
wow.
music. I'd never done a headlining show.
There you go. Well, now that's interesting because you know, and I don't know how many years, 2 or 3 years ago, we met at a bar on Tremont Avenue, East Tremont Avenue, with my friends. I see Chris is here and Fernando is here from the Fox and King, and so they support you. And that's when we met. They said, "Hey, you got to see this guy." Little did I know that you would be episode 9 of the Bronx Music Podcast. Richard Pigkaso, you're brilliant.
No,
thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you
For joining us on the podcast.
Peace, love, and yo-yos to you all.
We of course, will start with Elliot and Monica Glick, who just run this place and just do an incredible job. Here on City Island, it's 249 City Island Avenue. Right, okay, 249. So stop by, check out starvingartistonline.com. My buddy George Williams is just a superstar. He does the video and the tech. And I see that my friend Josh Cruz came in. Here's Josh, is our production assistant. And I guess that's it, right? Peace and love in the Bronx, and we'll see you next month. First Sunday, actually, the next one is going to be November 10th, because the 3rd is the New York City Marathon, and my daughter is running, and so we'll do it on November 10th at 1 p.m. Don't know who we're going to have yet, but we'll have somebody. I can guarantee you, whoever it is won't be a yo-yo rapper. I promise. There's only one. We'll see you.
Even the Gun Hill,
Peace, love, yo-yo, see you
the
all.
Prospect Avenue, Fordham Road, Co-op City, to Elder Avenue, Valley Park, Eaton Wall, to Bronx River, Bronx Deal, Sound View, who pulled the trigger? S-Bar, baby, I'm boogie down like